Welcome back to the Sick Boys podcast. We both have the cold.
Yep. Episode 63. Yeah, Dead Channel Duo.
I had the cold earlier in the week. Alex has the cold right now. I'm still recovering. Alex is getting through it.
It's terrible, dude. I feel like this podcast has become, God help me if anyone who I work with ever finds this podcast, even though no one at the place I work at so much as even knows my last name, but I don't think they really care
Do
about
they call you
me.
Alan?
No, but I keep telling them that they can call me Alex instead of Alexander, and it's just, it falls on deaf ears.
I mean,
mostly
I call you
because
Alexander, though.
Mostly because the people that work there don't speak very good English.
Does your name tag say Alexander?
It does.
No, mine says Andy Roo.
Well,
Because my boss is messing with me and put a Y in the middle of Andrew.
oh, okay. Now that
Well,
makes
he
sense.
mixed. I go by Andy, but my name's Andrew. He mixed them.
Yeah, that makes sense. It just, like I said, God help me if anybody ever finds it, because I'm sick this week. I'm working overnights. I hate it. I hate it so much. I thought I hated 4 to 1 because I've been working 4 in the morning to 1 in the afternoon, and that's pretty bad. But 10 to 7 overnights is like really bad. And then to top it all off, I'm sick. It's colder weather down here in Florida right now, and I have to go outside all the time, and it's raining and it's cold, and I know that's not helping me get any better. I just hate it, dude. I had a phone interview today with somebody, and I'm praying they hire me, because I just don't know how much more I could take this. Like, I really don't know how much more I could take this job. It's so bad. There's no training. They just expect you to figure it out.
Try it out.
Try it out. I don't know, man.
You want free rent, free food?
That's like that video always brings me joy, and the best part of it all is that guy did like a follow-up interview where he explained what he was going for, and it doesn't make it any less crazy. Like, that guy,
You got a friend, bring him too.
yeah, I know. He wants somebody to love. I get that. So, we're both sick, but we'll get into the regular topic here. What have we been watching? What have we been playing this week? Andy, what have we been watching and playing this week?
Well, Battle for the Planet of the Apes. Rise of the Planet of the Apes. Dawn of the Planet of the Apes. War for the Planet of the Apes. God, a great. I've seen all of them but the Tim Burton one, and I put a ranking of all the Planet of the Apes movies on my letterbox. You want to check that one out? I also made a Dead Channel Duo letterboxed. You want to follow that? Just for Film Club.
Oh, wow, I didn't know.
I also need to log Joker on there and Chernobyl, because we also did talk about those, and they're on letterboxd. And then a Saboteur and American History 10.
I love that. I've never heard anybody say that, but that's pretty good. So what have you been playing this week?
Nothing. That's it. You're irrelevant.
Boy.
Ask me the question. I'll just bring it up whenever stuff happens.
Yeah, I watched the rest of The Witcher, and I got to say the second half of the first season is not as good as the first half. They do this thing where they jump around a lot in the timeline, and you don't know if it's a flashback or not, and there's like no way of telling. So sometimes I found that both me and my wife were confused, and I don't think that's good for viewers. I understand you want to tell a story and you want it to feel immersive, so maybe you don't hit me over the head with it telling me it's a flashback, but there's got to be another way they could do it and show that it's a flashback. Our film club selection this week actually does something to signify when things are a flashback that I think really works. We'll talk about that later. So I did watch American History X. Still recommend watching The Witcher. And then because I've been sick and I just want something that makes me feel comfortable and happy, I've been rewatching select episodes of The Office. Like, I've been just kind of skipping around and watching episodes of that. Been watching a lot of YouTube in my time off because I get home and my wife has just left for work. So I have time to myself before I go to sleep. And then as far as playing, I haven't played anything, man. I haven't played Madden. I booted up World of Warcraft, and then I just got overwhelmed with how much stuff there was to do because I haven't been playing it. So I just logged out. And then I booted up Forza Horizon 4, but I think I've done everything there is to do in that game.
Do you own all the cars?
Okay, Andy, I get that you want to be an actually guy right now, but, like, no,
Hey,
I don't
I have
own
a
all the
friend
cars.
that's a super Forza guy, and he stopped. I mean, he doesn't ever stop playing, but he owns all the cars and all the games. Besides
I know.
Forza 1 and 2.
I know, I want to get to that point eventually, but I need to buy the expansions, honestly, so
Forza 3 is the best. Forza.
maybe send your boy some Xbox credits if you're out there listening and want to help me out. Just kidding. But
Forza 3 is the best one. The rest of them are but
no, they're not. I just feel like I have no time. I just feel like I have no time for anything anymore. Like, because I'm sick, I come home and I'm so tired. I just go to sleep, and I wake up and I feel like a little bit better. I feel like 5% better than I did before. So by that rate, I'll be completely good in 20 days. But I'm the worst sick person in the world to deal with, Andy. Like, I whine. I complain, I moan to my wife,
sounds pretty typical, you.
Whatever, dude. I'm a pretty positive person. I really try to be positive. But oh God, dude, I don't know if I want to get this deep on the podcast, but this 3 months has been the most humbling 3 months of my life. Like, I went from working a job that was stressful. It was stressful. But at least it, like, paid all my bills, and it was a good job, and I felt good about what I was doing. I had purpose. And now I work this really crappy job that I hate for crappy pay. And, like, there's
You made
someone...
my mom laugh on Twitter.
Oh, really? Why?
Every once in a while, she's like, "Man, Alex is funny."
Oh, yeah.
Like, he really hates that job.
I really hate the job, dude. There's someone I answer to that looks. I'm so sorry. I'm not discriminating based on age, and please don't take this as sexism. But there's someone I answer to. She looks like she might be 25 tops, probably less than that. And she's somehow like upper level management at this store. And all she does all day, by the way, I have no idea how she's in such great shape, because she just walks around all day with an open bag of chips, eating chips. And then I see her every couple hours. She's always had a bag of chips, and she's always eating the bag of chips. And she's like, don't do this, do this. Doesn't matter what I'm doing, right? I could be delivering a baby from a pregnant lady who decided to give birth in this store, okay? And, like, that takes precedence over everything. You got to deliver the baby. Got to save the baby's life. Human life is a precious thing. Well, she'd be like, no, don't deliver the baby. Don't deliver it. Push it back in. Push it back in. Like, doesn't matter what I'm doing. She just tells me to do the opposite thing. Also, when I see management now, because, like, I got accused yesterday by the chip person, the chip girl. She said that I was working half-ass backwards, whatever the hell that means. And I was like, God, I'm sitting here busting my behind for $15 an hour. No offense to anybody who makes $15 an hour. That's not a livable wage if you're an adult with a mortgage and responsibilities. But I'm sitting here doing that, and I'm sick. sweating up a storm, even though it's cold, and they won't run the heat in the building. And I'm just like, I almost wanted to walk out. I'm like, you know what? Like, I'm sitting here working as hard as I can, sick, in this cold place that is not going to help me get better. And they want to tell me I'm working half-ass backwards, man. I hate the place, man. It's just so bad. It's so bad. I never thought I would say this. I would sooner go back to my job at GameStop, which I hated, but I didn't hate it this much. I've never worked the worst job in my life. Even the pizza place that I got hired and fired from in the same day. That was better. Sorry. We don't have topics this week.
You're good. I mean, yeah, we don't have topics. There's nothing, unless you want to talk about CES and things that'll never come out.
Man,
that I don't even pay attention to.
Man, forget CES, man. I just like, because they run the news in the break room at work, okay? And they have this TV that gets terrible reception, so I don't even know why they run the news. But that's all they talk about on the news right now, CES. It's all this stuff, like you said, that's never going to come out.
Yeah,
and nobody's ever going to own it. Out. Oh, they came out with a new Segway. Who the hell uses a Segway other than mall security? They're useless. I have no idea how that company's still in business. How is Segway still in business? Andy, have you ever wanted to own a Segway?
Mall cop.
That's it.
Yeah, all the time.
That's it. Other than mall security, nobody uses Segways. Never seen a Segway in public in Florida other than in a mall. And I feel bad for those poor little fellas because they got to wear the little bicycle helmet. There's no way to look cool wearing... Dude, I am dead serious when I say this. My job sucks, okay? That job, that has to suck even more.
Bad.
No, dude.
That worked mall security.
No, dude. Here's the thing. You're running around on a little Segway. Where you're a little security.
Have a Segway.
Oh, okay. Well,
I just walked and chilled.
Okay, mall security at the good mall. Okay, not the West Oaks Mall by my house. That thing's that thing's a terrible mall that's dying, and I hope it doesn't completely go under because my property value will go down. Anyway, that's another rant for another day. You go to the good mall here in Orlando, it's like they got these little fellas, little security officer outfit, bicycle helmet on a Segway. Now, you might say, sounds like a cake job. I know what they make. They make about $15 an hour. That's pretty bad. Here's the worst part about it. You got to wear that helmet. I guarantee you this. No way on God's green, flat earth do you have someone who you want to date see you in that garb with the little helmet on the Segway. You are officially undateable. You will never get a date. So if you want to go out... They don't do anything, though. They don't. They go around in circles. I watched one. I was at Shake Shack in the Florida Mall. Overrated, by the way. People stop telling me about Shake Shack. They're not that good. But I watched this one security guy through the window at Shake Shack. And he's just going back and forth. Back and forth.
If you like shoplift, they can't do anything.
They can't do anything. I know this from working...
They just call real cops.
I know this from working at my store. Do you know somebody came in and ripped us off for 6 iPads and we couldn't do anything? I was like, you know what? Maybe I should just steal 6 iPads and run out. Like, just quit. Just make that my quitting. I'm taking these 6 iPads with me. This is my severance. Bye! But I can't do that because of morals and wanting to be a good person and all that.
Take a bunch of Blu-rays instead of me.
If I
just
could,
kidding.
man.
All the Blu-rays at that store would suck.
Dude, Blu-rays are so overpriced at that store. Like, you have no clue.
And they're all bad.
They're all bad.
I have to get Blu-rays on Amazon because every store that sells Blu-rays where I live, it's all just generic crap.
Yeah. Best Buy is pretty much the last bastion of hope in my area when it comes to Blu-rays in a store.
They have one copy of The Lighthouse that I want to go get. The Lighthouse, by the way, in Blu-ray sold out within hours on Amazon.
That's good. I should buy that. But I can't with my crappy
It's going to
pay.
be Film Club soon. Eventually.
Well, I look forward to that. I'll probably buy it then.
Alex.
Yeah.
Um,
Come on, we're on. Like, this is recording.
I looked at the random topics and I was like, man, all these suck. Best delivery pizza place
Best delivery pizza place.
go to order.
So if I'm gonna go with the best pizza delivery place in my area, it's gonna be Joe's Pizza. But I know nobody knows what the hell that is.
Domino's, Papa John's, Pizza Hut.
So I would begrudgingly go with Pizza Hut. Nobody out pizzas the Hut. Pizza Hut, sponsor us, please. God, just give me enough money to quit my job. I'll pitch pizza all day, every day. I'll wear
Wing
a little.
Street.
Yeah, I'll wear like a little tiny Pizza Hut helmet, like the mall security people, if you want me to.
We'll
I'll do
record the
whatever.
podcast in a Pizza Hut kitchen.
Yeah, I'll do that. I'll do that.
Making the podcast.
I'll get a green screen and superimpose a giant wall of Pizza Hut boxes behind me. Like, I could do that too. Like, just Pizza Hut, get with me. Slide it up in them DMs. But I would take Pizza Hut out of all the chains, and I'm gonna go with thin crust pepperoni and sausage.
Huh.
What's your choice, Andy?
Domino's. Pan pizza with pepperoni, jalapeno, mushroom, and Italian sausage.
Close second for me would be Papa John's, their original crust, chicken,
Papa
bacon.
John's, please sponsor us. That's the out of all the pizza places, that would be the best sponsor.
I like my founder to use the N-word. I need that. But yeah, close second would be Papa John's, chicken, bacon, tomato.
The founder of this podcast.
Yeah. There was that moment.
Yeah, Alex, gosh.
Sorry about that. Silence because I was coughing. I'm gonna try to edit those out, but we'll see.
This one may not make any sense, but it was a dream, and I wrote it down.
Okay.
You wake up in somebody else's body, but know them. They can be anyone in the United States. You're just limiting it to the United States. You wake up in your own bed next to Ashley, this random person's body.
Okay.
And box on your chest. And there's like a note in there. It says, your regular self, you get to find yourself somewhere in the United States. What do you do?
Ooh. That's a tough one, man.
Well, first, start from the beginning. You wake up in a bed, you're someone else, and you're next to Ashley.
I guess I try to explain it, but I don't know how you explain that. From there, I just hope I don't end up in like a really bad body. You know,
you
like
wake up in Wings' body.
See, that's the nightmare, because now you're immobile. Like, I would hope to wake up in a body that is my own or better in terms of quality, health, physical ability, because you're about to embark on an adventure, the likes of which you've never seen. I guess I would wake up, try to explain myself. I'd put a video on YouTube, and I'd find a way to prove to everybody that it was really me and my consciousness inside the body. Like, there's things I could... Actually, there's one very specific thing that I told my wife that no one on this earth knows. Period. Like...
You're gay.
I mean... That would make sense because I have a wife. Yeah, so actually, that is not a good way to judge whether someone is gay or not, by the way. But
yeah, you're like, I'm super embarrassed by this, Ash. I know you're the love of my life, my wife, and everything, but I'm gay.
You just sit your wife down and you're like, yeah, I love you. You're my soulmate. I can't imagine my life without you, but I just can't help but wish you had a cock. I really wish you had a penis. But
I mean, it's 2020. She can get surgery.
That's true. I think they can build you like a little protrusion out of some stuff. I have no idea how that works. I'm so sorry if you're listening to the podcast and you had sexual
no topics.
Yeah, if you're listening to the podcast and you had sexual reassignment surgery and you're offended by that, I apologize.
Explain it to us.
I apologize. Yeah, I mean, you're more than welcome to come on. I mean, we've had all kinds of great guests like Rick Moranis on here before, but yeah, I just I know what I could tell my wife to prove that it was me and my consciousness. I'd probably struggle telling other people because I don't know how else you would do that. But then from there, I guess you would become like Magnum PI, where you would try to identify ways of finding out where you are. I would assume I'd never find myself, though. I think I'd be a pretty rubbish private investigator. Maybe I'd hire someone. What would you do, Andy?
Twitter, social media. But hey,
have you seen my body?
This person.
Yeah. I mean, then the question becomes, once I find myself, how do I get myself back in that body?
You just meet. I had that dream about this. I don't know. It was a dream 3 months ago, too.
Man, Discord is really screwing up for me today, by the way. So, if you're worried about sound quality, I'm sorry. Discord, for whatever reason, Andy's lagging in and out constantly.
Am I?
Yeah. It's very annoying. But, so Andy had a weird dream about being switched into somebody else's body. I feel like it could be a good movie, though. Like, what if the other person is upset that they got your body, right? And you're like, wait, no. I don't want my old body back. This one's good. This one's better, right? So, like, they're chasing you down, trying to force you into some machine.
You know, they made this movie.
Face Off?
The Shaggy Dog.
Oh, shoot, yeah. They did make this movie.
It's not the same thing, but...
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, dreams are weird, dude. I had a really weird dream about, like, it's actually how the purple swordfish name came to be. So, the dream was that there's smugglers who are truckers, like 18-wheeler truckers, right? But the smuggling, like, the cops are, like, really cracking down. Right? And they decide that to truly smuggle, they have to go deeper underground than ever before. They have to go underwater. So this dream was friggin' nuts, dude. And it's these truckers who are smuggling all kinds of nefarious things across the ocean from the U.S. to Europe. And in my head it was a movie, and it starred John Goodman and Greg Kinnear. Greg Kinnear was the main character, and they had, of course, this is all underwater, so I realize it sounds stupid, but they had CB radios, and you know how, like, when you have CB radios, you would, like, have a call sign, like a call tag. So Greg Kinnear's character, his call tag was Purple Swordfish, right? So that's where the name comes from. And then John Goodman's was Blue Barracuda. And it was Greg Kinnear and John Goodman as underwater truckers who are smuggling goods to and from Europe and North America. And the title of the movie, I'm really proud of this one, Riptide Truckers. So this movie I had, it was very bizarre.
The Abyss and then
No, I didn't watch The Abyss and then dream this. This was on an airplane on the way to Vegas, and I was just having these really weird dreams while I was sleeping on the plane. And I was like, this is amazing. I have to tell my friends. So I told my friends at the time about it. And universally, all of them were like, that's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. And I was like, well, what if I wrote a script, like a screenplay for it? And they're like, Alex, just don't waste your time, dude. That's just a really bad idea. So, but if I ever like somehow, some way become a celebrity, a la Tom Green, and then someone goes, we will greenlight any movie you want. We're doing Riptide Truckers. Greg Kinnear, John Goodman, be ready. Anyway, Andy, what's our next question here as you continue to lag?
Final.
Wait, hold on, man. I don't know what to do here. I can't even understand you at this point. Okay, try now, Andy.
Boop.
Okay, boop.
Final meal.
Final meal. Oh, God, this is such a tough question. If I have to choose a final meal, it's gonna be porterhouse steak from Charlie's Steakhouse in Orlando, Florida. Charlie's Steakhouse, please slide up in the DMs and sponsor the show. But I do porterhouse steak and a fully loaded baked potato from Charlie's Steakhouse in Orlando, Florida.
Sides, just steak.
Fully loaded baked potato. I love steak and potato. It's like my favorite meal.
Yeah, I don't know. I think I would just go basic McDonald's.
Really?
Yeah, like a Big Mac, large fry.
1,000
McNuggets.
1,000 McNuggets? Sorry, you're going to be a little silence there for a cough. But
next question. Alex, pick a number between 1 and 100.
26.
All right. Top 5 cereals.
For me, number 1, Golden Grahams. Number 2, Chocolate Frosted Flakes. Number 3, Special K Protein Plus. I know that's weird, but I really love it. Then I'll go Captain Crunch with Crunch Berries. Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Frosted Flakes. Honey Nut Cheerios. Cinnamon Toast Crunch. Then I don't know. Raisin Bran's in there somewhere. Underrated.
It is
Raisin
underrated.
Bran's awesome.
It is underrated, yeah.
Then I don't know. Maybe like Cocoa Pebbles.
It's tough to choose just 5 because, like, you said Honey Nut Cheerios and Cocoa Pebbles, and those would probably be my top 5. I'd probably swap out Cinnamon Toast Crunch for one of those. Huge industry, by the way.
Do you put ice cubes in your cereal like Gene Simmons?
Wait, what?
Gene Simmons puts ice cubes in cereal.
To serve what purpose?
The same reason I put ice cubes in my Chucky milk.
But the milk is already cold, presumably.
I think he just like enjoys eating ice.
Oh, really? Well, that's fair. Gene Simmons is a weird dude. Talented dude, but weird dude.
Yeah. Do you have a specific morning routine?
Well, I mean, I guess we all have a routine. I mean, first thing I do when I wake up is brush my teeth. So, I brush my teeth, take a shower, moisturize, and then deodorant, get dressed, get out the house. That's it.
Yeah.
I wish I was a morning person, man. I wish I was one of those people who could wake up really early. I mean, by the way, I've been doing that. I've been waking up at 2:30 in the morning to go to work at 4, but like I respect the hell out of people who like wake up hours before work and have a cup of coffee and like read the paper and all that. I generally spend most of my time that I would on that staying up late watching stuff that I probably shouldn't watch. And
Yeah.
like, do I really need to watch The Office for the third time? You know, but different strokes, different folks. I'm a night owl.
I don't have a routine.
Yeah.
Don't have a single routine. Don't do the same thing every day. But speaking of watching things, DCD Film Club this week, we watched American History X.
Oh, yeah. So
Alexander's pick number 17, the 50th Film Club movie, the Big 5-0.
we gotta do, we have to figure out something about Discord, dude. Like, I'm dead serious because this is untenable. Like, so I believe Andy said this is the 50th Film Club pick ever. Okay, there we go. So American History X, it is, yeah, it's definitely my pick. And I picked this one because I thought it was, one, a great movie, two, something that tells a really good message, and three, like all great art, holds a mirror up to society. So, Andy, is this your first time watching this?
No.
Okay. Well, there you go. So, this is actually my first time watching this all the way through. When I was a kid, as I've said before, we signed up for cable when we moved, and they left HBO on and they just like never turned it off. So like this was something that was either on HBO or Showtime or Cinemax or something. And I'd seen it in pieces and always thought like, oh, this is pretty cool. Story that talks about redemption. I shouldn't have said pretty cool because it's heavily racist, but so anyway, like this is my first time watching this all the way through. So overall, the reason I love this film, two reasons. One, I think it's an amazing redemption story. I think it's a story about like, no matter how far you go, you can always work your way back. You know, like you can always find a way to positively contribute back to society, even after you've done so much harm for years. So, you know, Edward Norton's character, obviously racist, involved in white supremacy groups, actively, physically, emotionally, financially harms people that are not white. Probably about the most, like, it's one of the things that this film does really well is like it does a great job of being unsettling. Like this, whoever wrote this script knew exactly how to make it like so unbelievably racist that it's very uncomfortable to watch. It feels very real because I've been in the room when people have had racial tirades similar to the ones that you see in this film. The second thing is I think this holds a mirror up to society. Like, I think there's a lot more racism, prejudice, discrimination amongst races than we like to think, especially in today's, you know, advanced society. I think we are advancing. I think we are getting better at those things. But I do think that that's still out there. And I'm not going to get into a discussion about reverse racism or anything like that, but because I realize it's kind of a controversial thing. But one thing that like kind of hit me personally was because I've had people give me this discussion point before. Multiple people, multiple times, even today, even as recent as a few months ago. Like, one sticking point that led to Edward Norton's character becoming racist was his biological father talking about how affirmative action was detrimental to white people and that it was sort of a form of reverse racism. You're white, you're more qualified for the job, but you don't get it because you're not black. That's a real conversation that happens at a lot of dinner tables. Like, and it felt very real to me. So, anything that holds a mirror up to society in such a valid and believable way, I think is really has some merit. I love how this film is shot. I love the black and white effect on the flashbacks. I think that was a really cool way to show, hey, this is a flashback. This is in the present time. But it also adds something because that lack of color kind of sucks the life out of it. And in a weird way, it's like Edward Norton, his racism is literally sucking the life out of him. He lost a huge part of his life because of his actions that were based in racism. And overall, like I said, filmed really well. Great writing overall. I know that there was some drama around the director, the final cut and all that. But I do think this was a really good cut. I can't imagine there being a better cut. The ending is really tough. Hits you hard emotionally. Makes you realize that sometimes the damage is already done. But at the same time, I like the ending because it shows us that we have so far to go as a society. Like, America is kind of a weird place where we have this unbelievable amount of diversity in terms of race that most other nations don't have. And I think it's one of the biggest issues that we face every single day as a nation is race relations. And at the end of the day, I think this film gets it right. It's easy to go towards racism. It's tempting to go towards racism. It's tempting to justify things that have happened to you that were bad things and say, well, it's because I'm this ethnicity. It's because my skin color is this color. That person acts this way because they're black or they're white. It's so easy to go there, and it's tempting because it's anger, it's rage, it's wrath, it's built into us as human beings. It's something that we have to overcome. And it, all in all, what I love about this film is it shows that it's harder and it's a choice and it's a challenge to break free from that and say, you know what, I'm not going to allow that to dictate my life. So, watching it, I kind of felt bad because I realized some listeners to the podcast are almost certainly not white. I can't imagine that we have an all-white demographic. And this might be something difficult for people to watch, but I think it's worth it because at the end you see that it's a redemption story, and it does kind of tie into present day matters. You know, like, we should just treat each other better. But anyway, Andy, how did you feel about American History X?
I feel like this movie has nothing to do. Obviously, the point of the movie.
Wait, Andy, please repeat yourself. I'm sorry. The Discord is completely trashed today.
Hold on. I'm going to restart the call.
Okay. So Andy's going to restart the call. Now you get my face blown up really big. Oh, look at that. It works with the overlay. Andy's coming back. All right. Andy,
I
give
don't
it
know
another
if that makes
shot.
it better.
So far, it's better.
All right. So this movie, I feel like the point of the movie has nothing to do with racism. Even though that's the thing about the movie, I think it's really about hate and
Okay.
how hate, there's nothing good that comes out of hate, and about its character's realization that there's no point to hate things. Like it's kind of an irrelevant thing. Obviously, there's racism sprinkled all over the movie to prove that point, and something to get people in the seats because it's something. I mean, people don't want to see it, but it's something that intrigues someone to watch it, I guess.
Yeah.
And obviously, like racism is hate, so they go together. Something that you mentioned, like the lifeless point of the black and white. I think the black and white for the flashbacks is because in the flashbacks, his mindset is black and white. Things are black and white.
Yeah.
It's either this or that. Everything in life is different. He used to think black and white, and then when the current day scenes is not in black and white, because he realized, like, he made that friend in prison that was black, and then the white people betrays him in prison, and he's like, oh, there's bad people and there's good people. Doesn't matter what race they are.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, I feel like Edward Norton's acting was fine, but pretty much all their other actors I didn't like his little brother Danny. I really didn't like his acting job.
Yeah.
He felt like one of those truth commercials, like the cigarettes are bad, dude. That's what it felt like.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't know. It was pretty bad. I couldn't get past it. The movie felt like it was made. It just like it didn't look like it. It just had that vibe to me.
Okay.
I don't know, which kind of hurts the movie.
Huh.
And it kind of has same fun fact. I mean, bringing it to what I've been watching the past like week, Planet of the Apes. It kind of has similar tones within the racism fact. Like at one point they mentioned how white people came to this country and they're flourishing, but it seems that these problems only happen with. In the movie, they're like it happens with poverty, which is kind of like what it actually is. But it's similar to the Planet of the Apes movies, at least the later ones. It's like superior mentality, and it wasn't just by chance that you became the dominant species / race, and how you're treating the other races like crap or species, even though that you're really equal. If that makes any sense.
No, that makes sense.
Like in these movies, how the apes treats. There's also a lot of racist undertones in this movie. I'm talking about a different movie in this movie, but they have similar tones. There's like, yeah, I don't know.
No, you're right. I think you're spot on. I think this has a lot more to do about maybe hate than racism. It's kind of hard to draw a line between those two, but I totally see your point. You know, my thing is like it also kind of shows that like racism is kind of taught at home, you know, and as part of being
I don't know. So it's like other things like political views, for example.
yeah.
Because your dad, most people, they don't think, they just go with, I'm going to get a lot of hate probably for saying this. Also with like religion, because your parents said it, you're like, this is fact. And his parent was a racist. So he's like, oh, I'm racist now too. Or like if his dad was a Republican or a Democrat or libertarian or fascist. Oh, I'm that now too. Because my dad is the greatest person ever because he made me or whatever.
Yeah, I think that's a definite thing. You know, you look at religion, and by the way, I'm a believer. Okay, so I'll probably get some hate for that. And, you know, I chose Catholicism as my belief and my belief structure. But I realize that every kid doesn't get that choice. My mom, my family was really dead set on you make the decision yourself. You know, we're not going to push you towards anything. So that's number one. But I realize a lot of people don't have that choice. A lot of people are forced to go to church every Sunday. A lot of people are pushed, prodded towards religion. Political things, same deal. I've noticed that a lot of my family is a little bit more liberal than I am. I kind of developed some conservative viewpoints because of some key issues. But again, you know, you learn what you learn about your worldview sometimes, almost always, is heavily influenced by what goes on at home. And when it comes to racial stuff, I've had family members who have said things that are racist. I've been in the room with friends who have been openly racist. And when I say like openly racist, like I mean N-words flying, bro. And like it's so easy to just get into that and keep going with it. It's difficult to say, hey, I'm not going to be a part of that, because in this film, you notice when he says I'm not going to be a part of this anymore, well, now he's just an N-word too, according to them. You know, it's a pretty powerful scene. But you're right. Your worldview is shaped at home. And I think that like what I like about this film is it also provides a commentary of, as a parent, or more specifically, as a male role model or father figure, whatever, you have to understand that what you say really resonates more than likely with your kid. Like
to you, it's just a one-off conversation where you just said something.
Yeah,
But
exactly.
to them, it's the most important thing that you ever said.
They'll remember it forever. And like even my younger brother, my dad got killed when I was 3. You know, my brother and I are incredibly close. We always will be. I think that did make us closer. But I've noticed that, you know, even as a kid, my brother would see me do something, he'd do it. You know, and if you have a younger sibling, you know what I'm talking about. Like, you kind of replicate your older sibling to an extent. And that definitely happens here. And it's just, I think it tells a great story about responsibility, treating people the right way, understanding, like Andy said, that there aren't good and bad races. There's good and bad people. There's a big difference. And redemption. I can't say it enough. Redemption. Like, it would have been so easy to double down. If you're Edward Norton's character, why not double down? You would have had it made in your circle socially. Like, they kept saying, like, why are you walking away from this? You're a hero now. Like, you'll be the top guy, you know? It would have been so easy to just double down. Dog. Yeah, you're the man now, dog. So I don't know. Overall, I just think it's a great film. Probably doesn't make a lot of sense to people outside the United States. So I understand it might have a little bit of a limited scope, but I think it tells a great story.
Racism's all over.
It is all over the place. I know it's a big problem in Australia, believe it or not. Definitely a big problem in South Africa.
Big problem in Europe.
Yeah.
Whenever Samuel Eto'o joined Chelsea, they used to throw banana peels at him whenever he entered the field, the pitch.
That's terrible, dude.
Yeah, England's super racist. Or not England, but European countries are super racist.
Well, it doesn't surprise me. Sorry, the little pause there. I had to cough. But anyway,
this movie is ranked 36 out of all the movies ever on IMDb. 36th
No way.
best movie of all time.
What?
Yep. Number 36 on IMDb, which isn't the greatest list to go by, in my opinion.
Okay.
It had 1 Oscar nomination. Fun fact: nominated for Best Actor in a Leading Role, Edward Norton. Lost to Roberto Benigni. I don't know how to pronounce his name. The main guy from Life is Beautiful.
Tough to beat that.
To circle it back to an old film club.
Another great film. Please go watch that one. That one's great.
And yeah, I don't know. It's also fun that sometimes I feel like our selections, like my selection influences yours. I don't know if it feels like I picked my favorite movie all time, then you picked your favorite movie all time. Most weeks we don't go together.
Yeah.
and I don't think you intentionally did this,
Yeah.
but my pick last week, Harold and Maude, is a movie about love, and this movie is about hate.
I've been wanting to pick this one for a while. I've been afraid to. I didn't want anybody to think that I was like a closet racist or something. But it's too good to not address. Like, but yeah, sometimes my picks are influenced by yours. Although this is so anti Harold and Maude, it's not even funny. Harold and Maude is like this.
This one's they're opposite movies. It's yin and yang.
Yeah, I mean, like, this is a redemption story, and I think it has a sad ending, but it is a redemption story. But like Harold and Maude, as depressing as it is through the first 45 minutes or so, at the end you're like, wow, this is like this beautiful story about you should cherish life while you have it, that kind of thing. So,
I mean, there's also similarities. How this one it starts off as hate, and then he realizes that hate, there's nothing good that comes out of it, as I said previously.
Yeah, Harold and
Out
Maude,
of 10,
another
I
good
gave it a
one.
5. Okay movie.
Wait, what?
Out of 10, I gave it a 5. Okay movie.
Let me make sure I'm hearing this right. You're giving American History X a 5.
Yep. 5 out of 10.
Okay, well, I gave it an 8.5. I know everybody's gonna whatever.
I don't know. The story doesn't resonate with me as much as it does with someone. I don't know.
It's a great film.
I personally don't. I don't know. I feel like if I was a racist or I had racists around me, I guess it'd resonate more. But I just don't think like that. I don't hate anything. I don't see a point to. Like the point of the movie, I already follow along with. So I guess it didn't hit home, or like it didn't hit as hard as it should. I guess I don't know.
That's fair.
I'm trying to make a reason why I didn't like it. It's widely loved. It's 36th best movie in IMDb. Has a 8.5 with 1 million votes.
I mean, we got to see the dad from Boy Meets World use the N-word. That's worth at least a point. Because I saw that. I saw him show up, and I was like, the first time I watched this, I was like, oh no.
I mean, you guys saw the fat guy from My Name is Earl say the N-word too.
Yeah. Corey's dad, Alan, he's an American History X, and he's probably going to say the N-word, and then he does, and you're like, oh no. Just thought that was funny. I'm sorry. Because I'm so sorry to that actor. Anytime I see him, all I think of is Boy Meets World. I know he's done other stuff, but it's just like one of those iconic roles, like Mr. Spock, with Leonard Nimoy. When you see Leonard Nimoy, you think Spock. You can't think about the other stuff, unfortunately. So, I don't know. As always, Andy, I feel like I can't pick a good film. Anyway, what's
you picked 2001: Space Odyssey. I gave it a 10 out of 10.
Well, there you go. So yeah, I gave it an 8.5.
17 movies.
Yeah,
I'm not, I guess, as lenient as most reviewers. Like if I'm like this movie, I feel like a lot of people are like, "Oh, it's so widely praised. I can't give it a worse than blank."
No, I don't think that's a really good measuring stick. But
like I don't know, like I feel like there's people out there that are like, I don't like in-game or anything. It does, so at least deserves a 6. You all picked trying to see good movies that you picked. If you want to check it out, letterboxd.com/Dead Channel Duo. You picked Alien. I give that a 9 out of 10. You picked. I don't know. That may be it.
Well, there you go. What's our pick for next week? I know we had the Patreon poll.
They tied.
Okay.
They both tied. The picks were Deliverance from 1972 and Tremors from 1990. Earlier, I asked you pick a number between 1 and 100. You picked 26. I asked Sphinx and Jared to give me numbers between 1 and 100. And Sphinx won. He picked 43. Jared picked 63. And our pick next week is Deliverance from 1972.
All right, there we go. So, check out Deliverance from 1972 next week. Looking forward to it. I knew nothing about it, so I guess it'll be quite the surprise for me. So
stars John Voight, your man.
Oh, well, look at that.
And Burt Reynolds.
Oh, that'd be good. I like Burt Reynolds. So
it is on YouTube Prime, Google Play, Vudu, $2.99, iTunes, $3.99.
All right. Well, looking forward to that. Andy, are we covering NFL playoffs at all?
Yeah, I mean, we got it.
Okay, let's get into NFL playoffs because boy, what a wild card weekend while Andy pulls it up. Like I
went 0-4.
I've gotta say, blew my mind how good every single wild card game was. They were all great from start to finish, made for some great TV. So, also I did see Jared tweeted at me saying like we need more NFL playoff teams. I don't think we need more teams in the playoffs. I think it's perfect the way it is. I just like to see, because I think if we were to take the next two teams, Pittsburgh would be knocking around in the playoffs, and I don't think they're a playoff team. So anyway, but it was a great wild card weekend. So how did we finish our picks last week, by the way, Andy?
I don't know. I went 0-4, and I didn't track yours. So you went 2-2.
Well, there you go. All right, so moving on to this weekend. What are our matchups?
We got Minnesota Vikings at the San Francisco 49ers. San Francisco 49ers, the best team in the world. They're going to win. Even though I went 0-4, so I'm kind of hesitant to pick them last week. But,
I'm going to go 49ers.
Yeah. They're coming back off a bye. The defense is finally healthy. D Ford, Quan Alexander, Jaquiski Tart, starters are coming back. Quan's actually playing.
It's a huge boost.
The Tennessee Titans at the Baltimore Ravens. Gonna go with the Baltimore Ravens.
I really like the Titans. They showed some real grit. Ryan Tannehill is about to get paid. And Derrick Henry is a force to be reckoned with. But I'm going to go with the Ravens because they did show the ability to slow down Derrick Henry earlier this year. Look it up.
Bark. Houston Texans at the Kansas City Chiefs. Chiefs the best team in the AFC. Going Chiefs.
You know what? I'm going to go with the hot hand here. I like the Chiefs, but I think the Texans are red hot, so I'm going Texans.
And then we have the Seattle Seahawks at the Green Bay Packers. It would be boring to pick another favorite. The Packers. I only went favorites, but they're who I think will win. Yeah,
this is a tough one. I think it's going to be a good game, but I'm going to go Packers here. Packers 49ers NFC Championship. That would be a good one.
And the 49ers undressed the Packers this season.
Yeah, but I think it'll be a more competitive game because it's the playoffs. Everything gets kicked up a notch. So it'll be good,
historically
man.
Beat the Packers. We're on a huge win streak in some playoffs.
I don't know. We'll see. I hope
quarterback rushing yards in a game.
I don't know. Hope we'll get it. Because it should be a pretty good game. Anyway, that's gonna do it for DCD 63. Thanks for bearing with us through the Discord issues, my sickness, the sniffling, the coughing. I tried to edit out as much as I could. As always, I want to tell you guys about the t-shirt link in the description. That's always in there. If you buy a t-shirt, we get like $6. Really helps out the podcast. In addition, you could go to patreon.com/DCD podcast. Support us on Patreon. For as little as $1, you get early access to the show, and you get to submit a film club pick for the Patreon poll every third week. And there's all kinds of other perks on there too. So go check that out. And I want to thank our current Patreon backers. We have Dumbest Sphinx in the Egg tier, Bobby in the Andy tier, and then Jared and Daniel in the Gold tier. So thank you for your support. You guys literally pay for the podcast hosting every single month. So thank you so much for that.
Catering is expensive.
Yeah, I bought a McDouble earlier this week. I really didn't, but Taco Bell's got these new $1 tacos that I want to try, so I might get those. Anyway, joking. You can leave us a review on iTunes. That's free. You can subscribe to us on YouTube. That's free. And you can also email us at Alex or Andy at deadchannelduo.com. Tell us how much you hate the show. Oh, yeah, go to deadchannelduo.com. At the very top, you can find a link for everywhere we're located. So if you're looking for some other platform, we're probably there. Just go there. Tell a friend about the show. Our downloads are down. Please. Just tell them it's good, even if you don't think it is. All right, Andy, anything else you want to say before we get out of here?
No.
Okay. Well, that's good too. It's going to do it for DCD 63. We'll see you guys next week. Thanks for listening.
Joker sucks. Bye.